Hey guys, Jeremiah with Steps Pressure Washing and More. Today we are in downtown Raleigh doing a gutter guard clean off, repair, and then house wash. One of the craziest things about this job is the street parking. We're right by a stop sign right in front of the house, so I can't park in front of the house, so I'm walking down just a little bit. I'll show you the house we're working on. Nothing super crazy. It's a 1,500 square foot, 2-story house. It is painted brick on the bottom with wood plank siding up top. And the entire house has gutter guards. And we are just coming through cleaning off the gutter guards and making a repair to the gutter guard in the back. That is where we're starting today. This is our entrance to the backyard. We are at a pretty hard slope, so we're gonna come on down here. I went ahead and blew off these steps so I could have a bit more of sure footing. They were kind of covered in leaves, and got a little creek running through the back. But this is ladder 1. It's set up and takes me up to the little giant, so I can get up there onto the top roof. Here on the second floor, looking at these, this is a different type of guard than I'm used to. So far this roof has a steep enough pitch that we're not collecting any debris, and they all look very, very good in there, so down here is going to be the issue. Alright, so trying to highlight this one. You can see on this gutter there is a bracket this gutter guard just slides right into, and this one here was actually popped up when I put the ladder up, so I went ahead and put it back in place. As you can see, these have come completely dislodged and they are full of debris, so I'm going to have to remove all of these guards and clean this out and then pop them all back on. This was discussed as a possibility when I was booking it, so the price is already kind of built in case this happens. So I'm going to do that now. But you can see here, this is that bracket, and that just slides right here into that groove between the 4 prongs. I'll go ahead and pull this up. Alright, got this one cleaned out, removed, cleaned out, reinstalled. The roof actually overlaps, and that was what was causing this to collect everything, is it was not able to tuck behind the roof. There's too much roofing going behind there, so I just laid it on top. Should still have plenty of water flow, but catching the big debris, keeping it out of there. Alright, time to move around to the front. To me, is a great example of modern problems requiring modern solutions. I'm able to plug right in on this one. How great that is! The gutter guard's finally done. Made another repair after speaking with the homeowner and got them kind of screwed down in the back a little bit better. I left this filling up just long enough while I made that quick repair. You can see how quick that repair ended up being. So we are ready to rock and roll. I've got the water shut off. I'm going to run this down a little bit. I don't ever need 250 gallons in the buffer, so we're just going to run that down a little bit. And we are washing this nice and easy. The house is 100 years old. It will be at the end of this year, so we are definitely going to be doing everything with a delicate touch to ensure we're not disrupting anything we don't have to. They are going to be doing some work to the outside. They need everything nice and clean before they can get started. And I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but this is a job we got from a contractor that we've been doing more and more work with over the past couple years. He definitely seems to be somebody, when I'm front of mind, I'm front of mind. and if he hasn't used me in a little while, I don't hear anything from him. So I had a job last week with him. I've got a job today, same contractor, and then we're going to be hopefully doing a few more work. I'm giving him some more estimates over the past couple weeks, but it's kind of up to the clients on approving the bids, and I think if it's worth it for him to just have his crew do some of this stuff, or if he can just farm it out to me, which is totally understandable. I mean, he's got to make a profit as well. The details, got to get those details. All right. Now just rinsing everything off. This gets our standard house wash mix. This is what we wash everything with, is 1% sodium hypochlorite. No surfactant, just a watered down SH. And coming back through with the M5 downstream nozzle with the drop stick out of the mix tank, and just giving it a high volume, low pressure rinse. What's great about the 8 gallon a minute machine is I actually get about the same pressure on the M5 downstream on the 8 gallon as I used to get on the 4 gallon a minute XJET. And that is something to note, is just the volume coming out of these nozzles does give you a little bit more impact for rinsing power, but also a little too much, in my opinion, on the XJET for some surfaces, and this one is one of those surfaces, just because we are trying to be as delicate as possible. Especially all these exposed wires, all this stuff here hanging down. We don't want to get much stronger than a garden hose. Except on the gutters. Always have to hit those with the XJET. That gets them good and clean. Needs a little more oomph sometimes to knock free some of that stuff hanging out on them. Alrighty, that one is all done. Gutters came out beautifully. Got the whole gutter system working properly before we go. Did a couple touch-ups on the porch, and the client seemed very happy. I'm gonna grab my cones and roll off. I've already wrapped everything up. Before we left, the client did come out and ask if they could get one of our cards. They were very happy and said that they wouldn't mind recommending us to their neighbors, which was awesome. We always love that. And overall, very pleasant experience. Loved being out here on a day where I think we're getting up to about 72 today with a nice little 10-mile-an-hour wind. It's just getting back into that time where it's going to be pleasant to be outside, and hopefully that's going to mean some more business for us. I did get a text message that our proof for 5-round flyer design was ready to go, so I'm going to check that out before I leave. And if it's all good, I will have them go ahead and print those. Overall, a really, really good day. I've got to make some revisions. I didn't actually end up sending the text. I had bad self-reception where I was. And, you know, just might as well do it at home on making those revisions. I will also say, grateful to have this contractor who pretty well consistently sends me work throughout the year, a little here, a little there. Sometimes it's more than others. Sometimes there's a dry spell, but he's been very good to us, very, very consistent on sending us work for the past 2 years. And I don't know, it builds slowly over time. I've said it many times, it gets easier. The longer you're in business, the more connections you make. I was talking to somebody on Facebook this morning. They had asked, like, hey, well, something about realtor vendor list and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah, Like, it's not going to be your be all end all. It's not going to be one realtor feeding you 30 leads a year. It's going to be 1 or 2 jobs here and there, and it's just every connection you make allows you to make more connections. And I have, you know, just from one realtor that we started out with, I could track, you know, the realtor sent me to their client sent me to their parents gave me sent my information to their neighbor gave my information to 2 more neighbors, and it just kind of, it dominoes like that. If you get out there, you do a good job, which hopefully you are, you should be able to build on that. You know, all you need is an opportunity. All you need is a chance to get out there and make your impression and be the professional and do a good job and take your time and be detail oriented. And that, you know, kind of starts to snowball from there. So yes, we have this contractor that gives us some work here and there, and yes, we give him a little bit of a discount, but also we don't have to market at all to get his leads. He just sends them to us. Those connections, like today, that client said, hey, let me get your card. I've got lots of neighbors who are always asking for people who do what you're doing, and you did such a good job for us, and the interaction, and I felt so comfortable with you. Can I please get your card? I want to pass your name out. And all those little things add up over time, over years. It starts to really add up. And I'll tell you, when I first got started, I had a horrible expectation of, I'm going to get out there, I'm going to market, and then I'm going to get really busy. And when it didn't happen, my wife kept telling me, she goes, you know, this might take 5 years. This might take 5 years. For the first like 3 years, she told me this might take 5 years. And after 3 years, I started actually seeing a little bit of that return on investment and started to see the momentum start. And, you know, we're at 5 years now, and I don't want to say it, but my wife was right. And it really did. It took 5 years to get to where I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable during the off season. And, you know, when I get to a 100-year-old house, I'm comfortable. I know what I'm doing, and I can share that comfortability or comfort level or whatever it is that I have when I arrive to these jobs to the client. So they feel comfortable with me doing the job. And so yeah, that's all I got. I'm going to go and message UZ Marketing again. Again, they're designing our fiber rounds that we're going to be handing out starting this fall. And they're going to be very specific. Your neighbors had work done by Steps Pressure Washing, and with their address where I can write in, and what service we provided them where I can write in. So I will of course share those on the channel. We've got our every door direct mailers en route right now, so we're waiting to get them in the next couple days. And then after that, we're getting the door hangers, and we should, I think next week, we're getting the clicky pins for a event we're having on Halloween now. I thought it was going to be the Saturday before, but apparently it's not, and it's now on Halloween again. So anyway, I'm all over the place today, and I love it. I feel like we're finally getting back into a little bit of a busier season, you know, communicating, marketing, and getting out there and actually doing the jobs. So, you know, we're not doing a whole bunch right now, but we're doing a job a day most days, so I'm pretty happy with that. I had a couple jobs already this week that just were so smooth and non-eventful. I didn't even post a video of them, and you know, just go out, wash a house, come home, and that's my whole day. So it's been, you know, it's still slow, but at least I've got something to do just about every day, and I'm really grateful for it. All right, anyway, thank you guys for watching. If y'all have any questions about anything that I've been talking about, just drop them in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them. And yeah, you guys be safe out there.